I am addicted to the shutter button. Doesn't matter if it's a phone, a DSLR, or whatever it is. It's about telling a story through a photo. That's the challenge. You see, personally, I love this saying, pictures won't allow you to forget the things that the mind will. So let me not delay any further, and let me show you my process for taking photos. See, first things first, I'm not that much of a gearhead. Majority of the time, I'm just taking my iPhone 10 or my Pixel 2 XL out of my pocket to snap anything that catches my eye. And I know that may come off as being kind of vague, but I'm trying to stress the point that I don't necessarily go out to specifically take photos. It's about being in the moment and taking a photo that associates with my mood. In my experience, that's always produced the better product. But one thing to do is keep light in mind, whether that's an interesting shadow on a building or say the way light pierces through an object. It can add depth to your image, make it more dramatic and make it more unique. Now, besides light, the three main things that I always look for when taking an image are shapes, colors, and angles. Now, if you look through my Instagram, you can probably tell that these three things shape a lot of the photos that I've taken. And especially if you're looking at my architecture-related shots, I really like geometric shapes. The other thing that I really wanted to stress is angles. Angles make all the difference. Just like if you're shooting video, if you're shooting at the same angle and perspective, it doesn't give your subject a fighting chance. And especially if we're talking about people. People do have better sides and better angles. That's kind of a fact at this point. Plus, you add in light. Light can help contour your subject. It can help outline, say, a cheekbone or something like that. It's all about the position of your camera and the position of your subject. But now let's get into editing. It's probably the other 50% of the battle. Now, if we're talking mobile, I'm usually using VSCO on either my iPhone or my Pixel. And if we're talking laptop or desktop, I'm usually using Lightroom. Now, if I had to only pick three things to use in my photos, it'd probably be HSL, clarity, and grain. Now, for a quick FYI, HSL allows you to play with the hue as well as the lightness or darkness of specific colors. Clarity allows you to play with the shape of the image, give it a bit more substance. And grain, if used correctly, can give you a nice film-inspired look. You see, for me, it's all about tasteful editing in moderation. Now, if I were to give some advice for someone trying to get into photo editing, doesn't really know where to start, I would say just play around. Get comfortable with your editing software. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. You see, in my opinion, mistakes are good because they allow you to keep building, making something unique and new. And finally, let's talk about presentation. This is definitely more of a Instagram-related topic just because you have a row of 3 photos. Personally, I always like to relate those 3 photos, whether it's just in color or the angle or the shape, maybe it bookends the middle image or whatever you want. But I always like to make sure that my rows sort of match each other in some way, shape, or form. See, in my opinion, presentation is super important. For instance, go to an art gallery. You're gonna see art there that is super well lit, as it should be, with art around it that complements it, whether that's in composition, colors, subject, whatever. Anyways, that is all for this video. Thank you all for watching. Stay tuned and take it easy. Bye.